Well, I'm probably going to lag for a little bit, but we're fine. We fucking did it. We're here. Finale night. What the hell? What the hell? You know, I can't even begin to talk about, how emotional of a night this is going to be for me. Just simply for the pure fact that the season is coming to a close. But holy fuck, this season's ending. And I'm ending the season with the same outfit I wore before the season began on premiere night. My nice little lavender purple shirt. So sorry about it, loves. But we're here. I cannot believe we're here on finale night. It's incredible that the season did not get canceled. I thought we were gonna enter a 3-season curse. Didn't happen. This has been my favorite season I've ever hosted. You'll hear it all the time. My Galaxy alumni, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to deal with me always praising you from now on once the season ends. Sorry about it. I'm also gonna invite my other hosts too, because this is not just me. This is on them as well. So if they want to join, they can join if they would like to. So here, let me see if any of my buddies join, so we can talk shit about. Sorry. Well, there goes. I'm gonna be demonetized now. Okay. I see Claire's already backstage, so that's exciting. I'm completely just paused right now. It looks like fix. Let me fix. Hopefully it fixes itself. I look like I'm staring off into the distance, just smiling. Why? Why does my computer do? Oh wait, it fixed itself. I don't understand. This has never happened before. Only now has this ever happened. Anyways, let's talk about this season because that's fun. Now that the season is officially over, the votes are in. I can finally talk whatever I want to about the season because there's nothing. I mean, sorry, am I gonna give away game information? No, because the votes are in. You can't switch them now, fuckers. So let's talk about it. I think this has been my favorite group of house guests. I think that goes without saying that there wasn't a dud besides Jordy, in terms of what they provided. I think the major turning point for me in terms of the season going a different direction than I thought was when Bodhi got evicted. I think that was one of the worst evictions because I'm you'll find out in the preseason cast assessment, I even mentioned over and over, it would be devastating if Bodhi got evicted early. And then he got evicted. And I'm okay. Then the kiss of death train started when every single cast assessment I did, I'd say they're playing one of the best games. And then they'd get evicted the following cycle. And so all throughout the cast assessments, it's literally, I call it the kiss of death, where every single person that I thought was doing well was getting evicted one by one by one. But I think it's hard to even just I don't know how to explain anything. What do I say that I haven't said already in terms of just kind of my absolute admiration to this season? People who walked into this game that I thought weren't going to do well ended up being the people that ended up playing the best. A lot of the wild card choices that we chose ended up being the players that ended up getting the furthest and playing the best games. A lot of those kind of the star players that I thought we were going to have ended up I'm paused again. Thanks. So as soon as Ellie joins, my camera decided, no, we're not going to work. Way to go, Ellie. I blame you. My computer's too many people backstage. See? That's a lovely screen cap. Fix. Ew, I hate that screen cap. That needs to stop right now. Ew. Ew. I'm gonna just stop my camera if that's gonna be the case. No. Ew. No. Sorry, hold on. This is so just not it at all. Not even a little bit remotely it. Okay. Here's what's gonna happen. Hold on, let's start my camera again and just see what happens. Is it gonna be the same screen cap? Because if it is, immediately no. Immediately no. Well, I think that one's a little bit better. Yeah, I mean, it's better than the last one, for sure. So I guess progress. I don't understand. Like, my Wi-Fi is good. Like you can hear me fine. You just can't see me fine. Hold on. I will be right. No, I won't. Let me add Ellie. Ellie, you can join as you look at my face.
Or the lack thereof.
I know. Well, my face just moved a little bit. What the heck?
Oh, there we go.
That is so weird.
Okay, the quality's just terrible. Quality's terrible, but the camera's back on.
Yeah.
And
that it is. Well. Technical difficulties, just like last night. I don't understand like why this is happening.
Technical difficulties.
At least I'm like lagging out.
Yeah, I'm gonna say at least
no, I am. See,
now I like cells last night. Oh.
Kill me.
Oh well, hi everyone. It's just me. Hey, happy finale. And yes, I have good Wi-Fi. I guess for while Nathan's gone, let's just celebrate the fact that this is the end of season 6. Holy fuck. Right now our finalists are just poking at each other backstage. Nathan, I still can't see you, and it's just a black screen.
I know, I see it's a black screen. What the heck? Imagine having good Wi-Fi. It must be nice, huh?
For once,
this is so weird.
Nice.
I know. Ew. I want.
Oh. Nathan said, no, bye. Okay, well, we have these technical difficulties. Thank God it's not on my end this time. So I remember last time, I had no idea how to do any of this shit, but I'm not the host this time, so yay. Yeah, I mean, last season I was just winging it as the host of the finale, because normally I don't do that. This time I have nothing prepared, so just be ready to deal with me and kind of my stupidity. Or here, you can just look at me flop this around, because I can. So here, you get this until Nathan fixes his shit. So you get my bunny hat. You get the bunny hat bonanza, as my friend Draven likes to call it. Yeah, this is the new finale.
Take off that bunny hat.
No, I bought it. I do what I want. And I'm sorry, but you don't have a face right now, so...
Whatever. You know, at this point, this is how I'm going to have to conduct finale. I don't understand why my Wi-Fi is doing this and why it does what it's doing, but it is.
Because your Wi-Fi hates you. Your Wi-Fi hates you. It's asking you to move out of Ohio.
No, it's just the weirdest thing. Because, like, in all instances, it's, like, totally fine Wi-Fi. But it's like, no. Because you can hear me fine, right?
Yeah, the audio is perfect. Like, the audio is
right.
The camera.
But everything else, it's, like, super laggy. Like, my whole... Like, I don't... Like, I think Jordy hacked
Well, how many tabs do you have open? That's the thing.
None! I literally don't even have Discord open.
Damn. Yeah, your computer hates you. I was gonna say you're basically yourself from last night, except well, your audio is not suffering.
It's like the weirdest thing ever. Let's see.
I'm not wrong, Sal. I'm not wrong.
I'm gonna like.
This is getting worse.
Okay.
Let's just go with it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna not be on camera, and that is gonna be just it's how we're gonna have to cope, it's how we're gonna deal, and it is what it is at this point. I have no control over my Wi-Fi. I'm gonna try again. Sometimes it fixes itself. Wait, for like a 3-second period I saw movement in my camera and I got I'm moving. I see myself moving.
It is hilarious.
Come on, Wi-Fi. Now
I was gonna say when you said I think it's like you hate your Wi-Fi, and then originally it sounded like you said you hate your life. It's like, no, we're not doing that again. Not again.
No, well, see, I'm moving slightly. I'm slightly moving.
I can see your hand. It's very pixelated. Oh,
I'll be right back.
Okay, looks like it's back to me again. Hi. While Nathan's not here to yell at me, I'm gonna... Here. Okay. It's so uneven. Oh my... Okay, let me just try that again. There. You get this until Nathan's Wi-Fi is fixed. Hold on, let me... So how you doing tonight? I hope you have a very floppy evening. Not that kind of flop, but yes. So I'm gonna have dinner in 15 minutes, so that's fun. So yeah. Hi, Nathan.
All right. Hey, this is just how it's gonna be. I don't understand. That bunny hat is going to be the death of me, and I cannot stand it.
Well, too bad. I bought it with my own money. You can't control me.
Okay, when we come back, and the technical difficulties will remain the same, it is Cell and Claire, and they will have one final moment to just kind of talk if they want, and then we will go ahead, do awards. But
I was going to say
y'all...
spelling question? Pronunciation? That's the word.
All right, BRB. Hello.
Hello. Hi, Cells family.
Oh my god, hello. Okay, this is it. The finale of Big Brother Galaxy. Hello, is that Claire's mother? Oh my god, hello, Claire's mother. Oh my god, it's family today. I love that. Okay, so this is it. Final leg of this game. And, you know, we still have a couple more things to do before we reveal the winner. The ever so wanted and coveted awards will happen shortly as soon as I pull up my Google slide after I had to close all my tabs. So that will happen, I promise. And then one of you will become the next winner at Big Brother Universe and win Big Brother Galaxy. However, do you have anything to say before the season ends? Any final thoughts? What are your opinions, thoughts? Now's the time to finally leave your mark.
I want to quickly say before we get this started that I want to thank all the players for joining this and making this such an amazing cast, such a lovable cast. It was so fun to play with all you. Thank you, the host, for making this such a smooth game. You made everything so enjoyable. You were so fun to hang around with. I would take your hosting anytime. Please teach me. You guys are so great. And I want to thank my level 9 buddy over there, Sal, because honestly, you're amazing. You're perfect. I could not have got this far without you. You're amazing. I adore you so much. I know you're going to say no. You're going to cry on camera, bitch, and that's perfectly fine. I love you so much. And I want to wish you the best of luck. And I really do not care if you win or I win. I'm going to be so happy regardless. Love you.
Yeah, I was going to say the same exact thing. Thank you so much, guys. It's been a blast. Honestly, this is probably one of my favorite games I've played. And just meeting all you guys was just amazing. And especially being here with Claire. Claire, meeting you has been the best thing that's happened to me in this game. And I wouldn't trade it for the world.
All right. Ellie, do you have any final thoughts on this season?
All I have to say, first of all, I am so happy that we made it through the season without an abnormal removal from the game. Because we haven't had one.
Oh, we were close.
I'm very grateful we haven't had someone leave the game. It means other than eviction this time. Although we did have...
That is like the first time since, what, Big Bang, right?
Yeah, it's the first time since season 1, Big Bang, that we've had only just normal evictions. Which is
That's insanity.
And finally, hey, your camera's on. I think no, it's not.
It's gonna turn right back off. I was paused. I thought maybe there was a chance. Sorry.
Oh man. But I'm just so grateful that this season went as well as it did. Like, it was so interesting watching this because there were like everyone I think was on top of the game and on the bottom of the game at a certain point. Like at some points there was like no clear side of like who was in power and who wasn't. It was just like everyone fighting each other. And it was just so much fun to watch. And I just have to thank you all for
y'all saw nothing. Y'all saw nothing.
That little preview, hey. But I just want to thank all the house guests for being as amazing as they were, 17 of them at least. We do not speak of the 18th. And I just want to thank my fellow co-hosts, Nathan, Nick, and Lainey, just being amazing. And also want to thank my bunny hat, because why the fuck not? But yeah, I'm so excited. I'm just so happy that this season went the way that it did, and I'm so excited for Blue Moon. I feel like you're gonna love it. But yeah, that's my piece.
I'm very excited. I mean, like me, I never take a break. So like, although this is my favorite season, and I'm sad that this season is ending because this has been the most fun hosting experience I've ever had. I'm very excited to just fucking go off and do Blue Moon and see how that goes. But you know, they have like anyone who plays Blue Moon has like a big reputation to live up to just based off of how just stunning this cast was. So you know, we got some big shoes to fill. But other than that, I'm very excited. I'm sad that the season's ending. I'll probably cry about it later tonight. I'll send pictures in the viewing lounge. So be prepared for that.
You're definitely gonna be crying about it later tonight. That's like not even a question.
Oh yeah. I won't even need to drink to cry. It'll just be genuine tears like it was before. Anyways,
yeah.
Before we get into this winner reveal, we have one thing to get to, and that is the coveted awards that you saw a little spoiler to. So hopefully, you know, there's still a lot more awards, but awards time. Here we go. Close your eyes for like 3 seconds because I'm going to present it. And there's going to be like the first 3 awards. Yeah, close your eyes. Viewers, you'll just get to see them. So, awards. Let's go. Present. Welcome to the Big Brother Galaxy finale. And this is our awards ceremony. This is the moment you've all been waiting for. Who's going to take home what awards? What will you be known as within this series? What did you do? Who will win fan favorite? Who will win the ever so coveted star player this season? Who will win the coveted biggest hero, villain, or clown? Find out now in the Big Brother Galaxy award ceremony. I will go first. Ellie will go next. We might switch back and forth depending on the award. But our first award of the night is the most Rob Preager. Many of you saw it before, and it still stands firm. This house guest applied several times in the past, and like you'll see in my cast assessments, they did not deserve to go home early. It was actually really sad. Anyways, it's Bodhi. Bodhi was my most Rob Preager, simply for the fact that Bodhi has been yearning to play since season 1, and finally this was their time to play, and then it just didn't go to plan, which is, you know, that very much happens. But I was really sad to see Bodhi go. I think it was the most devastating pre-jury eviction just because there's so much kind of weight attached to it. So most Rob Preager was Bodhi. Ellie, take it away for our most robbed juror.
All right, so most robbed juror. Now, this is one that throughout the season, or at least like going into jury, we had like a clear idea of who we were going to give this to if it went the way that we thought it did. And at first it did. And there was a clear choice there. However, as the end of the game approached, we decided that this is actually a lot harder of a decision than it was before. So we decided in I guess it's the Woods fashion with Cinderella, we decided not to decide, and we are actually giving this to 2 people. So our awards for both go to Mario and Shane. We believe that both of them played phenomenal games. And originally, Shane was going to be the sole recipient. However, Mario was absolutely robbed at the end and we believe that had they made it to Final Two, they could have taken it all home. And
Agreed.
yep. So
Yeah.
Nathan,
Congrats, Mario and Shane, most robbed jurors. But our next award is the biggest underdog, one of my favorite awards to give because no one loves an underdog story more than me. So this is pretty much my award. I love to see an underdog story. It's pretty much a story in which you have a lot of adversity. There's a lot of self-doubt. There's a lot of kind of obstacles you face until you kind of reach like your limit and you find your groove. This house guest was nominated a few times early on in the beginning. A lot of self-doubt. It seemed as if they were going to kind of experience the same story and fate that they typically got whenever they played. And once jury clicked, it seems like everything started working right for them. They found their groove. They found exactly what they needed to do, formed alliances, won challenges. And for that, this season, I was going to say this year's, the biggest underdog of Big Brother Galaxy is Mario. Very rarely have I seen an underdog story as, glimmering and shining as Mario's. But that was just a pure underdog story, and I'm very proud of Mario for what they were able to achieve this season. Next up,
Here we go.
I'm so confident.
One of the bigger awards here, I guess, the biggest clown award. So this award, this is going to go to a house guest who we believe they put their trust in someone to a degree that was unrivaled by, I want to say, almost any possible duo. And it was kind of hilarious when it did not turn out the way they expected, because their duo ended up evicting them and when they knew that the votes were there to keep them. So without further ado, the biggest clown of Big Brother Galaxy is, drumroll please, Nathan.
Caitlin!
I'm sorry, this is so funny.
Caitlin, you only get biggest clown simply because you were so devoted and attached to someone who was simply just stringing you along the entire time, and your blind loyalty was what made a clown out of yourself. But I still love you.
Caitlin, I know you're gonna own it. You're gonna take it in stride, and you're gonna just own it. Fuck.
Biggest clown is my favorite award. It's the fun. It's the most fun to get. So
it's the most out there award. And I would say Caitlin's definitely among the most out there, and I only mean that in a positive light. Don't worry.
All right, next award, biggest snake. A snake game is a hard one to achieve and do correctly. But this house guest, I have never seen a snaky game done quite like them. They pretty much mastered how to work both sides and keep both sides at pretty much peace with one another, while also making sure everyone was attacking one another at the same time. There was a lot of snakes this season, a lot of kind of villainous, dirty players. But never in my life have I seen a snaky game work quite as well as this. And for that, the biggest snake this season was Cell. Cell played one of the most incredible snake games I've ever seen, working their position within that middle spot while also just knowing exactly what to do and when to do it. So congratulations, Cell. You are a snake. Slither away. Okay.
Yeah, it's no longer saying the snake, I guess, from what was it, Big Brother 14, or is it? No, it's Over the Top. It's Cell the Snake. All right, the biggest GOAT award. Now, this one, you might confuse it with GOAT being greatest of all time, but we see this as the person who, at a certain point in the game, just we feel like has a lesser chance of winning. I don't want to sound mean, because I feel like this is kind of award. It's just I don't like being mean, but this award is just kind of mean in general. So we just believe that this player, at the point in the game that we saw this, we just figured out of everyone, they kind of just had no shot at winning. And I am so sorry, but this award was just such. I'm so sorry, but at the point of 5 or 6, we kind of agreed that you had I'm sorry, but no shot at winning.
It was no shot, but it was very difficult. Let's just say that.
I feel
because everyone played a great game.
I would say it's not a testament to your game. It's more a testament to everyone else's saying that they just happen to play a game that I feel like the jurors would respect, or maybe not respect, but they would see it. I don't know how say this without being mean, and I no.
Go Team
I don't wanna be
Sheep.
mean.
I love you, Saj. I'm sorry,
I'm
bud.
trying here. I'm trying.
All right. Most impactful juror. I'm actually going to have Ellie take this one because I was unable to make it to the round table, but Ellie was the one that decided who won this award.
Yeah, okay. I guess I'll take this one. So, I have the privilege of listening into the entire jury roundtable. By the entire roundtable, I mean the entire thing, even parts of it that weren't the actual roundtable. This could have gone to like 3 people. There were several people that brought up many excellent points about both of the finalists. And I'm just glad that we actually had a jury that cared about the game. Because we've had juries that just don't care about the game, or at least like half of the jury that just said, nope, fuck it. This time, like, we actually had people that were actually talking about it. And I feel like there was one person that brought up the most points about both finalists and kind of almost led the conversation. I want to say that's probably the most accurate way to describe it. So the most impactful juror award this season goes to Shane. I would say he definitely brought up points for both finalists, and at many points said that his vote was very much up in the air, and as were many of the jurors. However, he definitely took charge on just trying to figure out where both finalists did right and where they did wrong, just kind of just like charge with that and just let it, which we love that.
All right. Next one, most entertaining. So,
I'm sorry, what now?
Entertaining. So,
what are you saying? I'm sorry.
Anyways, so an entertaining house guest is a house guest that will always make me laugh, giggle, smile, no matter what they do on calls, whether they do it in their DR, in the Space Hub. Just a house guest that is fun to have around and keeps the season fresh, lively, and never a dull moment. This is an easy award to give to. If their jury Q&A little performance was, not to your like, or, accept whatever that word is I'm looking for, it's obviously going to go to Mario. It's like every single thing that Mario did made me crack up for no reason. Sometimes for literally no reason. Mario would do nothing and I would still crack up. Their DRs were hilarious. Every single time they joined the call and their iconic "Hey bitches," like that's a moment. That's history. Like that is so fun. Like that happened all throughout the season.
Twice choreos.
Yeah, just like they're never a dull moment with Mario, and definitely deserving of the most entertaining we've had this season.
All right, most emotional award. This one, we actually had a different house guest pick for this until the jury Q&A, because this is when we realized, oh shit, this is actually like much harder decision. So originally, we gave this to someone who was very much emotional, I would say, after their eviction. However, since then, there have been, I guess, 2 people that definitely rose above in emotional availability. I don't know if that's the right word, but
no, definitely not.
Yeah, no, emotionalness. Let's just go with that. Just rose above with their emotions, so to speak. This house guest, they were an absolute pleasure to have in this season, and they're definitely played this game, I would say, a little bit more with their heart than their head, which I'm not saying is a bad thing. It's definitely not a bad thing. But during the Q&A, they absolutely just let their heart out during their segment. So this award, actually, you're going to be possibly a little bit surprised. This award goes to Gianna. This Queen Gigi.
Yeah, I love Gianna. Gianna was one of my favorite house guests I had this season, simply for the fact that I think this was more than simply a game. It was based off of just kind of it's hard to explain. I don't really want to get into it, but their emotions are what drove their game, and that's not even a bad way. Most times you see most emotional, and it's oh, they were just cried. They were they played with their emotions, but Gianna used her emotions and kind of her story to really benefit her game. And anyways, she's one of my favorites. She's gonna make me cry now too. So most emotional, I love Gianna. So, yeah. Most inactive. This is actually a very hard award because almost every single person this season, even those that were evicted pre-jury, were very active. Like there was never someone who was inactive, I would say. However, there was one house guest that did not provide as much, I'd say, in terms of kind of, I didn't know what their game was like. I didn't know. They were never very active in the Space Hub or calls. So it is with a heavy heart that this award unfortunately goes to Jared. I love Jared. I think Jared is phenomenal. Just for me and the host, it was like,
We love you, Jared.
I love you, Jared. But yeah, most inactive.
His name is Jared.
Sorry.
He
Okay.
just got home.
Oh yeah, this is a hard one. Okay, Allie can take
Okay.
this, but this is a hard award.
Okay, most dedicated. Yeah, this one definitely is one of the most coveted awards, just because it's like because we've had Brooke and we've had I forget who got into clips. Who got into clips? Wait, one of my
So, those who shall not be named, I think.
yes. We've had like people like Brooke and like what was it, Desiree? I think got it at Fallen Stars. I think.
Yes, I believe so.
We've gotten very prominent players that have earned this award, and this was a very hard one to decide until I want to say about Final 5, Final 4, where with the Final 4 head of household comp, it became very much apparent that this player was absolutely like dedicating their entire being to this game, and there's like I feel like there's like no one else that could get this award other than Claire.
Woo! Very rarely have I seen a player as dedicated as Claire. From day one to the end, it was just pure, like, just lengthy DRs, lengthy kind of game plans and ideas and thoughts, and sending VLDRs. You know, it was just from start to finish dedicated to the oomph degree. And then obviously the Final 4 HOH was another like factor into why they deserved this award. So yes. Need I say less? It's Cell and Claire. Sorry. Best duo is obviously.
It is. Damn right.
Yeah, I mean we've never had a duo made Final 2 like this before, so like this one was kind of probably the easiest award, just because like well,
Oh yeah, I mean this was the easiest award to give out because Cell and Claire were together from like the beginning of the beginning, and knowing that they made it all the way to Final 2, you know, even Cell had a shot to like get rid of Claire, never happened. This was just pure love and you know friendship, and it was just a best duo. I mean, they were both simultaneously planning together, strategizing together, and then just being friends with one another. So it's just genuine love, and it was a fantastic duo to watch. So, all right, Ellie, best rivalry.
yeah, now on the opposite end of the spectrum, we have best rivalry. So these are house guests. At the beginning of the season, I want to say they were more or less on the same page, or at least not at each other's throats. However, as the game progressed, we noticed a little bit of not even just distance, but just well, besides rivalry, I'm pretty much induced between them, and even went as far to as one's telling the other to be 6 feet under and to eat soap. So this rivalry, almost unparalleled this entire season. It goes to Hongyu and Shane.
Yeah, I would say this was one of the best rivalries because this was like a very prolonged rivalry for like, I don't know. Anyways,
A runner-up rivalry that was not very long lasting. Jordy and Shane.
Oh, that should have been it. Anyways, all right, best rivalry. Next up, biggest betrayal. Ouch. So biggest betrayal. This one actually like gooped and gagged me when this happened because I was like, what? But for the game, it made sense. But like where the game was going, I don't know how this benefited that player. Also, like, oh my, it was Shane evicting Caitlyn. Like, especially that early on into the game, like early, because like Caitlyn would have stayed had Shane, I think, just kept her. because that vote went literally back and forth and back and
It was
forth.
3-2.
Right. And so Jared switched his vote last second, and Shane had kept Caitlyn up until that point. And so Caitlyn was safe. And then right before the music stopped, Shane flipped his vote and evicted Caitlyn. And I'm like, oh, no kidding. So that was the biggest betrayal for me, just because the two of them were like super tight the entire game. And it was just, yeah, the showmance killer pretty much. So
More like no man's.
the no man's. Oh boy.
All right, worst HOH rain. Now this one, usually it would go to a disaster, which well, we've had plenty of those in this series. Oh, there's our little picture of Claire. But this one, we actually had a little bit of trouble deciding on this one. So originally we had one recipient for this, but then we talked about it and we figured that this actually goes best with two people. So, so the first person, there was no clear target in the house during this person's HOH, so it got really messy, and I think that's when their game started to go downhill. I think. I have no idea. Yeah, and then it just descended into chaos. Then the next recipient of this award, they, not my words. I'll preface by saying not my words. The power went to their head, and
they got power hungry.
The power hungry.
They
and
got
just.
Nasty.
I guess that's what a sweep week does to you. So, we're
Let's go on.
This goes to Pat and Sel for cycles 4 and 5.
Yeah. You know, there was a lot of terrible HOH reigns. I do think these were the worst. Especially, I mean, Pat literally went in with no target and was like a deer with no head, or deer stuck in traffic light. You know what that term is?
With his head cut off.
There we go. One of those things. And then Sel's HOH was like one of the most abysmal I've ever seen, because Sel took on all these punishments and all this stuff and was so, like, you'll see, like, flamboyant and loud and like weird with her HOH. I'm like, Sel's gonna get evicted. Like, this is how Sel gets evicted, because that's just not how you do it. And then, like, for Sel to win that veto and take all the punishments just to use it on a nominee, which would have taken all the punishments anyways, it was wild. I thought Sel had no chance, but still at that point in time, it's what made Sel one of the biggest targets. So, yes.
Well, clearly that HOH did not ruin their game.
Exactly.
Final 2 now.
Saddest eviction. Womp womp. So this was, a hard one, but if you had any indication on what I was like during this person's eviction, you would know that the saddest eviction of the season, I think the only one that made me cry, went to someone who I just thought could have made it to the end and won and was like so close. But it was Mario. Mario's eviction was really hard for me because I was like, oh, that sucks. But yeah, the only eviction that made me cry, Mario. Oh yeah, Hidden Gem. We're almost done. Yay.
All right, so Hidden Gem. I'm not the best at explaining this award, but I'm going to do my best. So Hidden Gem is usually given to a house guest that we don't know exactly what's going to happen, but they are just like a little diamond in the rough. Like, we see them and they're like, oh, there's this. I mean, Nathan can explain it better. So if you want to explain it better, then by all means, please do.
It's kind of like a very underrated player who doesn't get a lot of the praise and love they deserve. They're kind of like playing a really good game, but without any of the absolute attention and kind of threat level that comes with, and the credit. So like a Hidden Gem, just kind of, it's something shiny, something kind of like sparkly, but kind of hidden away from like everyone else's attention. And so this season's Hidden Gem goes to Gianna. I think Gianna's game was heavily slept on. However, I think her game was actually very good in terms of what she was able to accomplish. She didn't need competition wins to further herself in this game. All she really relied on was her charisma and likability, and that's kind of what made her shine amongst a lot of the other house guests. So,
absolutely.
All right, we're getting over to the big awards now.
Just favorites. So now you might notice that it says favorites at the top, because for the first time, we are giving this to multiple house guests, as we as hosts have each picked one person to be our favorite. However, as it may have happened, we happen to have accidentally split into two pairs where each pair has chosen one house guest. So these two house guests are just people that we absolutely loved watching, and there was just like no moment that they were just not entertaining for us to watch as hosts, and just like we just love seeing them in the game. That's kind of what it boils down to. Nathan, if you have any other words on this before we reveal who it is.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give more input once I reveal them, but our host favorite this season went to Mario and Shane. Me and Nick both chose Mario as our favorite to watch, and then Ellie and Lainey chose Shane.
Nick duplication.
So yeah, I mean, Mario was my favorite to watch throughout the season. I think, like I said before, I'm such like a cum slut for underdog stories. That watching Mario's game was just, everything to me that makes me so happy to host, which is seeing someone go from the bottom all the way, finding a way to still make it to Final 3 and prove their worth. So, and then Allie, you can describe your favorite.
Yeah, for me, I chose Shane as my favorite to watch this season because when a house guest starts in power and then bottom but still survives, because like, yes, Shane had to win competitions to survive, but I do love it when you're basically the house target, but you win something to save yourself, and it's like, well, now what happens? Like, who do I put up? What happens? Who's the new target? So, and Shane just provided all of that for us. And honestly, his eviction, that was hard for me because I thought that he possibly could have stayed, and like he deserved to stay as well. I mean, like, but I feel like Shane, especially, like he did really well for his time in the house, and I feel like he did have more to give. And I was so ready to see him pass that triple that it was just unfortunate that he got evicted during said triple.
Yeah. All right. Biggest hero. I'm going to do this one because I love a hero story. So biggest hero always goes to a house guest that kind of relies on their loyalty and kind of their allyship as their core means of strategy. Someone who isn't much of a backstabber, does not play snaky, just plays a pure, loyal, and heroic game. This is one of the big awards of the night. Getting biggest hero means that you have a special place in my heart. However, I think this one house guest absolutely defined what it meant to be a hero in the game. And that kind of comes with the terrain in which a lot of the awards they received earlier tonight gave them. But the biggest hero of Big Brother Galaxy was Mario. Mario, never made moves that were super snaky or deceiving. Look at all their HOH reigns where they kept their allies safe, especially Hungru. So definitely a hero from start to finish. There was literally no bad blood in Mario's body. So absolutely the biggest hero of the season.
And on the flip side, we have the biggest villain. Now, a lot of the time it can go hand in hand with the biggest snake award. And this is also very much a very coveted award because it is one of the big, 5, I want to say? Or however many it is. I don't remember anymore.
The big 4, yeah.
4, well, if you include Clown.
Yeah.
So this house guest, I feel like definitely had our fair share of villains this season, especially in the interviews. But this house guest, I want to say, was pretty snaky and pretty, I don't know if I would say evil, but like I would say like possibly a little touch of evil throughout the whole game. So without further ado, this award goes to Cell. Congratulations on biggest villain.
Yeah, I think a lot of people expected Shane possibly, but there was a lot of villains this season. Let's be clear. There was a lot of villains and people who played villainous games. However, I don't think no one did it quite as unintentionally or as kind of flawlessly as Cell did. Cell played almost a perfect villain game in the sense that almost everything they did was beyond calculated. And again, that comes with the terrain of being a snake player. Like a lot of what you do is villainous. And just everything that Cell did was just pure villainous. Like it or not, I'm sorry. But definitely this season's biggest villain. Sorry about it. Wear it with pride. It's a great award to have.
I mean, you get your own role for it, so hey,
you do. Hey. All right. Elia, you'll conduct our fan favorite final two awards, the big ones.
Okay, so this one, week, I want to say, we've had our viewers vote on who they believe was their favorite house guest all season. We allowed for them to vote between the top 17 house guests for obvious reasons. And in particular order, the top 3 vote getters. And it is kind of sort of odd. Never mind.
No, I turned it right back off. All right.
Okay, but in no particular order, the top 3 vote getters are Caitlin, Cell, and Gianna. So with, I want to say it's 39 votes, last I checked, the winner of the fan favorite award is Gianna.
Whoa!
Gianna, you are the universe's favorite house guest.
Yeah, it was very close. We had a lot of voters this season.
I wouldn't say it was close. Once Gianna took the lead, it was. Yeah. I think the next highest vote was at least like 10 votes behind.
Yeah.
So it was like kind of a runaway.
Most votes we've ever received in a season.
And, for sure.
Yeah. All right. And the final award, the most coveted and treasured award you can receive while being in this game. Star Player. So Star Player, unfortunately, does not go to either of the finalists. However, it goes to a player that absolutely mastered this game in almost every single instance. They knew exactly what to do, when to do it, how to play, and provided something absolutely different than I've ever seen a player do before. And it's what makes them truly stars in their own sense. So this season, our star players were Hungru, Mario, and Shane. All 3 of them are being nominated for this award. However, there can only be one. First, I'm going to explain briefly why Hungru absolutely impressed me from start to finish in terms of their dedication and just kind of how they wrap themselves around within this game, because there was never really a bad moment for Hungru's game. All throughout the cast assessments, Hungru was inching towards that S tier. And then finally, at the point when Hungru won the Amethyst Amulet, which I don't know, spoilers, throughout the galaxy, where Hungru was pretty much ensured safety until Final 6 at that point, had it not been used. Hungru's game just continued to just flourish. Mario, I've said a lot about Mario's game already today, in terms of just how impressed and incredible it was to watch from start to finish. So I'm not going to dwindle on it too much. However, I think Mario's game was one of the most impressive I'd seen, and truly showcased how a hero and an underdog can still play one of the best games. You don't need all the tricks and tactics to be one of the best. Shane, from day one, when they won that first HOH until their eviction, proved that they were something to be reckoned with, was a house guest that I was impressed without most of their reign or time during the season, and just absolutely impressed me. However, the winner of Star Player and the final award of the night, carry it with pride. This is a fantastic award to receive. Big Brother Galaxy's Star Player goes to Shane. I have never in my entire life of hosting, in the over a year of hosting now, I have never, I've never seen a player quite as phenomenal as Shane. There was never an instance in which I was unimpressed with what Shane was doing, what he was kind of doing to maneuver his way. And even though he was the biggest target early on, he found ways and means to continuously get further within this game. He was the earliest house guest ever in the series history to get the S tier. I believe he got it maybe cycle 3, and that never changed up until his eviction. I think had it not been for Gianna simply flipping her vote to evict Shane, Shane would have had a much different trajectory in this game. However, his game from start to finish was something I had never seen before, something that was truly just impressive. And I am just, you know, Shane all season said he wanted to be like Daly and wanted to like hope to be a star player and had a lot of expectations. And like all season, I'm just like, oh, but you're doing so, like, you're almost doing better than some of these people. And then eventually, obviously, that award went to him because it was just pure magic. So
I mean,
congratulations.
He got his wish. He wanted to be like Daly. He got the same award as Daly.
Exactly. So congratulations, Shane. One of the best players we had this season. And that's it for the award ceremony, which means we are now moving on to the winner of Big Brother Galaxy. It is time. One of you will become the next winner of Big Brother Universe and has won Big Brother Galaxy. Elliot and I will go back and forth. But without further ado, Cell, Claire, I love you both very much. But it's time to crown the winner. Mario has voted for Claire to be the winner of Big Brother Galaxy.
Hongro has voted for Cell to be the winner of Big Brother Galaxy. That means currently we're at a 1-1 tie.
Saj has voted for Cell to be the to be the winner of Big Brother Galaxy. Sorry.
All right. Gianna has voted for Claire to be the winner of Big Brother Galaxy, which means we are back at a tie with 2 votes apiece.
Jared has voted for Claire to be the winner of Big Brother Galaxy. That means we are 3 votes for Claire, 2 votes for Cell.
Shane has voted for Cell to win Big Brother Galaxy. That means we are once again at a tie, 3 votes apiece.
Destiny has voted for Cell to be the winner of Big Brother Galaxy.
Caitlin, yes, I know this is out of order, but this is on purpose. Caitlin has voted for Claire to win Big Brother Galaxy. We are at a 4-4 tie, and it all comes down to Pat's final vote.
Pat has voted for, and the winner of Big Brother Galaxy, Season 6 of Big Brother Universe is... Congratulations, Cell! You are the winner of Big Brother Galaxy!
Oh, I got the applause.
All right. Please.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
All right. So, any final words as you... Is that... Oh, that's late. Where's me?
That's Claire. That's Claire.
Oh, that's Claire.
Oh my god.
All right. So, any final words, final thoughts now that you were the winner?
You're muted.
You're muted.
Yeah, you can show it. She wants to show it. It's
Okay,
her
what is...
drawing.
Who is...
I was convinced I was losing. I'm kind of mad Claire didn't win. I was really, really wanting Claire to win, but thank you so much. I'm so shocked that Shane voted for me. Like, that's literally like in the moment I saw my
Shane
name.
was back and forth. Shane was back and forth. I mean, like, 6 of them.
Thank you.
6 of them were back and forth pretty much the whole time.
Much. I'm very happy though, because this is just proof that I can win a game of my own. So this is just like a big fuck you to everyone who thought I couldn't. But yeah, thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it.
Claire, do you have any words?
I knew you were winning this game, hun. You deserve it. I'm so proud that I got to sit next to my bestie. We're going to be talking all the time. I'm so happy that you won. Thank you for everyone that voted for me. Thank you, the hosts. And I think me and Sel played very similar games. We played this game together, and there's nothing more I would want than it to be a 5-4 vote. And that's exactly what it was. And I'm so happy if I lost to anyone, it was next to Sel.
It's a winner miracle. My camera's working. Yay!
Right as the end. Right as we end.
My final two. I am so fucking proud of you. Both of you would have won star player had any of you been evicted in final three. Let's let that be known, first of all. But absolutely. More importantly, like, you two have impressed me so much. It's like I've said before, like, I cannot even begin to just go on about this final two any longer. I'm very proud. Sel, congratulations. Claire, congratulations to you too, girl. Even though you're a runner-up, 5-4, that's no easy feat. And that's something you
very deserving finalists.
Exactly. So other than that, this marks the end of Big Brother Galaxy. To all those who played, to all of those who spectated and watched, thank you. Big Brother Blue Moon applications are open now. Please apply. Get your friends to apply. If you didn't like playing, I don't give a fuck. Tell them to apply anyways. If you loved playing, let them know that too, because this is, fantastic, right? Cool. Love you all so much. You will now be headed back over to the viewing party, where you will be reunited with all of your fellow jurors and pre-jurors. And then, have a little bit of reunion and party it up in the VL. So love you all, and thank you all so much for the best season that Big Brother universe has ever seen. Goodbye, y'all.
Yes.